Hi everyone. It's been about a month since my last video. I got really swamped at work with splicing orders, so I've been spending my day off just working on splicing orders for the past few weeks, but I did get some time to do a little bit of boat work and I took some video of it, so I'll show you guys what I've been doing. I also have a political activist lifestyle, and there were some things that came up this month with Black History Month that's really important to me. I always like to go to the MLK Day March, and here's some footage of me and my friends marching and having fun at the bullhorn.
We're under attack! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What are we going to keep doing? Stand up, fight back! Woo! Woo!
And I like to keep making videos, and I want to thank everybody. I think I've about tripled my subscribers in the past month, or not the past month, the past few months, but thank you everyone. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos, and I've been living on my boat also for about a month and a half, and it's really cozy in January and February because, not because it's warm outside, it's about 32 degrees at the moment, but because I have a nice well-insulated Swedish boat that was built for the colder climates. So never have I had a boat where I was this warm in 32-degree weather. So I also wanted to let you all know that I do have a Patreon, and if anybody would like to become a patron, that would really help with not having to do so many splicing orders and giving me a little bit more time to make videos more often. So hope you'll check that out, and I've put the link right here on the screen. And now I will get into showing you what some of my boat projects have been, and also how I've been settling into liveable life. We got water, and let's see how it tastes. There's a couple little flakes in it. I'm not gonna drink it. I've seen way worse water from a water tank, but let's see. Let's try it again. Yeah, they're just a couple tiny little gray flecks, which is probably old mold or something, but I think we'll use it. We'll use it for dishes, we'll use it for cooking maybe. We'll put a good water filter, carbon cartridge, and see how it is. I'm gonna change out the hoses. Look at the pump. But luckily the inside of the tank looks pretty clean, and it has an inspection port, so if I need to clean out the tank, that should be totally doable.
Nice.
Yeah. Can you hand me my pocket knife from in the galley on the counter?
Yeah, how about I just move all of your tools out here,
Okay.
since you keep asking for them.
The router, the main reason I'm doing this is because I only had one outlet in the galley, and I can't hook it up, like I can't just have the router cord going right across the stove and everything in the sink. So I needed to daisy chain this other outlet. This is a current outlet that goes through to the galley, and this goes through the bulkhead. This outlet I'm going to daisy chain here, and but the cover is going to be sticking out here so that I can route the cable from the wireless internet signal. I've got blue span internet, and route it down through here so I can plug in the router without having to go across my galley. So I had to drill like 4 holes through the back of this workbox because it doesn't come this way. It's not meant to mount from the back like that. but I'm just drilling some holes back through the bulkhead about 1/2 inch because I measured. Its bulkhead is probably about like 3/4 inch thick, so that's how I know I'm not going to go through into the other side, which would be a disaster because all that beautiful mahogany. So I was very careful. Yep.
Good job.
I didn't have a fork connector for the ground wire, so I just cut out a little piece for it. I've installed the outlet and now I'm going to turn on the breaker and see if anything is sizzling because it's AC, it's very high current. So if I've installed anything wrong or anything's loose, there will be a sizzle. So, alright, turning on the master breaker. Turning on the outlets breaker. Turning on the battery charger. Okay. So I don't hear any loud sizzles yet. Now I'm gonna plug in this battery charger for my Milwaukee battery as a little first test. Right? This is the old outlet, so I'm starting with the old outlet that I daisy chained from. Just to make sure everything on that was wired is still correctly wired. Alright, well the light came on, so that outlet still works. Now, the real test is the new outlet. Alright, so there's a little hole to route the cables through. This is a power cord for my my pneumatic fridge freezer. I'm gonna route it through down to the lazarette. I really hope it reaches. I'm not sure. I think it will. There we go. I'm gonna climb down there. All right, I'm going to plug it in here. Is it on?
All right. Yes, it's on. Can you hear it?
I did it right.
You can hear it, right?
I did it right.
Yeah, stop looking at me with the headlamp.
I did it right.
Yes.
There's no sizzling.
That's awesome.
Oh, happy day.
Good job. Perfect.
Try one at a time. Try the one you're trying to pull.
Okay.
Yay.
Yay. Yes.
I'm taping under these holes that were routing the wires for my mast, lights, and instruments because the cable glands, the 3-deck glands are leaking, and I don't want the rainwater to damage the Divinacell foam core. It looks like there was a little bit already, but it's really just, it's very isolated. And the surveyor told me that too, and he didn't think it was that big of a deal, but I just don't want it to spread.
Sounds good.
So I'm just putting caulk right now instead of epoxy because I need to do other projects and I just want to protect the core for now to make sure no more water gets in. But before I really epoxy it, eventually what I want to do is this is what the surveyor told me to do. He told me to take a drill and use a little hex bit where, you know, the L-shaped hex bits, and put it in the drill and then just move it around and around so that it gets the foam that's been disintegrated right around the holes, so it gets like a radius like that of it all cleared out, and then I would do a very thin epoxy all throughout there, so it just like goes all through wherever there's a void or damaged core, and that fills that up. But right now I'm just trying to plug the leak, because what we're doing this week is Harriet and I are going through the boat and we are cleaning out all the previous owner's old belongings, because I have moved onto the boat. I moved onto the boat on December 29th. It is now January 27th. It's been a month I've been on. And I don't like all of the clutter. I don't like how I don't have any storage space to put more stuff. My car is a mess because I'm not putting stuff on the boat. So that's the priority. Alright. I've taken everything out of the stock box and I've separated it into definitely trash. All of this is definitely trash on the ground. This is probably not trash. I've got a whole bunch of kind of old ropes, but they're not terrible, so I'm not going to use them for running rigging or to hold the boat or anything. But if I'm ever in a pinch and I need a spare rope, they'll probably come in handy. It's always good to have a spare rope locker with a lot of rope. I've learned that. So I've got a hose that's clean, never used, so always good to have clean, never used hose. You never know when you'll need that. This is actually a drogue. It's like a fishing drogue, like a trolling drogue, and but I think I can keep it. I might find it useful one day. Don't know about offshore. I think we'll see. This is a old flare gun, and the flares themselves, the canisters themselves, are really old. They're from 1990, but I'm keeping it because they're just 12 gauge flares, so the gun works okay. I tested it out, and if I can find flares that fit in it, there's no reason to throw away a perfectly good gun. This is a Hypalon dinghy repair kit from Japan. I don't have a Hypalon dinghy, but I know I want one, so I'm going to keep that. This is like a tools kit that came with the previous owner's outboard motor that's not on the boat anymore, but hey, like tools, they're good. In the dock box, I've got my vacuum master and 3 deck chairs, because hey, I have parties now and then. I mean, theoretically I will. Then I've got my cocoa coir for the composting bucket, which is still working great, by the way. Trash. And then there's, some useful stuff. There's sandpaper, some tools that I might definitely not return yet, so I want to keep the box. Stuff that might be useful. Harriet, have you ever used this coffee maker?
No. But the reason I got rid of it is because I like the percolator better.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use it either. Like, I can just use the percolator too.
I mean, in an ideal world, I would want a French press.
And that's about it so far. We got the inside of the boat pretty cleaned out. We just need to do the quarter berth, I think. And
the quarter berth, the galley, and like the chart table areas.
Yeah. So, yeah. But under the settees is great. I'm storing my shoes on one side and all my tools on the other side. And so we made a lot of progress today.
Definitely. About how to coil rope. And you'd be like, I coiled rope for you. This is the little sleeping pod under the settee, and these are the pieces of wood that go under the cushion. And I think that there's water coming down here in the form of condensation underneath these slats, and then it hits this and it's getting all wet. Even pieces are coming off and it's just damp, which is too bad.
Goopy.
Stop saying.
I don't care if the bead comes out like that. I just want it to work. I don't care if there's a bead.
I'm gonna at least try and get it off of like
Okay.
the door itself.
The bond is the priority.
Well, that's it for this week. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully I'll be back next week, but if not, then maybe the week after or the week after that. It all depends on how my splicing orders go, but I'll see you all soon and have a good week.